The following program is brought to you by PodcastOne Sportsnet.
The Steve Austin Show Unleashed is sponsored in part this week by DDP Yoga. Hey man, it's the new year. Everyone's still trying to live up to that New Year's resolution and lose the weight. Well, in the same spirit with DDP Yoga and their fantastic DDPY app, you have everything you need to not just lose that weight you were talking about and changing your life, but owning your life. Hey, the DDPY app has everything you need. Each week, Diamond Dallas Page shares a video that walks you through everything you need to do. You can log all your workouts. That's going to help your consistency, monitor your heart rate, and track your progress with photos, measurements, and even a pain index. And if you have a Bluetooth heart monitor, the DDPY app can track your entire workout. How many calories you burn can give you points for redeemable prizes. If you're more old school and you prefer DVDs, they got DVDs. But when you buy the DVDs, you still receive 3 months free on the DDPY app to try out. Bring yourself up to a little bit of new school. Right now, DDP Yoga is having their New Year's sale, and they are taking 20% off all the DVDs and DDPY swag. Go to ddpyoga.com for all the details. There ain't no better time to take advantage of the DDPY program. DDP Yoga can work for all ages, all weights, and all fitness levels. This is a kick-ass cardio workout and will dramatically increase your flexibility and strengthen your core, all with minimal joint impact. So be on your way to not only change your life, but own your life.
The following program is a PodcastOne.com production.
He started in a small town in Texas. Worked his ass off to become one of the most famous wrestlers of all time.
We're going to take care of business tonight, and that's the bottom line.
And now he's dominating the world of on-demand audio. And he's doing it for the working man.
This is a damn good outlet for me to spew the bullshit off my brain.
Yeah! This is Steve Austin Unleashed.
All right, everybody, welcome to Steve Austin Show. I'm coming to you from the mean streets of Los Angeles, California today. Sitting over at 317 Gimmick Street. Just got finished getting my workout on. Trained back today. Started off with deadlift, worked up to a couple of heavy sets of 5, and then did bent over rows, reverse grip. Man, I tell you what, I've been doing bent over rows my whole life, but today I employed the reverse grip. And I think I got a little bit more range of motion out of it, and I really dug the way it made my back feel. So I'm digging the reverse grip on the bent over row. Give it a shot if you haven't done it already. Then I followed that up with a couple of dumbbell rows, and after about 12 to 15 sets, that's all she wrote. Cardio tonight, be 45 minutes, trying to get back tuned up, getting ready to go down to New York City. Monday Night Raw. 25th anniversary. God dang, man, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this event. I'm looking forward to be back on TV just for a brief moment, whatever they got for me. The biggest reason, and to say thank you to everybody that watched, Monday Night Raw for all these years. Hell, without an audience, you can't have nothing. I'm really looking forward to getting backstage, though, and just seeing all the guys and gals again, man. I tell you what, there's a lot of people going to be there that I didn't really cross paths with too much, but a lot of people that I was dug in the trenches right there during the Monday Night Wars. And I looked at the kind of list that they got on the WWE website, I think. It's just kind of a who's who list, and just a lot of really cool people. A lot of crazy sumbitches out there, and a lot of really neat people. So I'm looking forward to shooting the breeze, hanging out, and catching up with everybody, man. He said Kevin Nash is going to be there. Hell, Kevin Nash just had that badass knee surgery. I don't know how he's going to be getting around, man. I saw that picture he posted on Instagram, and that was probably one of the gnarliest knee surgeries I've ever seen. So it'd be good to see him and see how he's getting along. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, the one and only, the greatest of all time, is going to be there. D-Generation X, Triple H. HBK, Shawn Michaels, the best to ever do it. Again, man, I tell you what, I can go on and on. It's going to be, I'm going to be like a kid in a candy store. I heard on the internet that they was running the Barclays Center and they was running the Manhattan Center. And people have been sending me tweets on Twitter. Hey, Steve, which one you going to be at? Hell, I don't know. All I know is I'm going to New York City, wherever it's at, in Brooklyn or Manhattan. I'm going to show up at a building, and then that's where I'll be. So I guess it's going to be a simulcast from both events. We'll walk over here and close this door over here to the 317 Gimmick Street. Damn it, I'll tell you what. Callie, what you doing? Yeah, you're a good dog. You don't ever bark while I'm doing my podcast, Harley. That little son of a bitch next door. I've seen that dog. That dog don't weigh but 10, 12 pounds. But I guarantee you that damn thing can yap and bark and make a bunch of damn racket 24/7, 365. Holy shit. I don't know if that dog needs a dog house, a blanket. They need to feed it more, give it some attention, walk it, give it some activity. I don't know. But holy shit, I cannot be the only neighbor that hears that little son of a bitch. I mean, that damn thing starts barking. I got all the doors closed to this house, all the doors closed to the other bedrooms for double insulation. Now, this is an old-ass house without soundproof windows, but that little sumbitch might as well be sitting in a damn chair in front of me talking to me on the podcast. But hell, that wouldn't do no good because he'd just sit there and bark in my damn face. That dog just irritates the living shit out of me. I wish that they would give the dog more attention, get it a house or whatever. You'd think that the people, when I come over here and I do a podcast tonight and that little bastard's still barking, I don't get it. How do you just sit in your house and listen to your dog bark incessantly because it needs something, whether it's attention, food, whatever, activity? Because when my dogs start barking, well, for playing, that's one thing. They're barking at me to throw the tennis ball. But if my dog was to sit there and arbitrarily start barking, I know that it needs something. I'm going to pet him, and I give my dog so much attention, and I walk him. And at some point, I got to say, hey, shut the f*** up. My dogs understand that. And we have a great relationship. They're my best friends. Callie, every time I come over here and cut a podcast, this dog comes over here with me. When I come over here to lift weights, we got a routine. I'm over here in this little one-car garage. I got a power rack out there today between deadlifts, between bent over barbell rows, reverse grip. She brings me the ball, and then she sits over here in what would be the kitchen. I keep the door open to the garage, and I bounce the ball, and it goes into her mouth. She catches it, and she brings it back to me. And if Moolah's here, I'll give her a short bounce because she plays the short field, and Callie plays the long field over here in the kitchen. They bring the balls back to me, and I throw it to them. We do this shit for an hour while I'm working out between my breaks. Then I take them on a walk. People, if you got dogs, they need attention. They got needs. They need exercise. You got to feed them. You got to love them. You got to pet them, touch them, hug them. God dang. I can't believe. I'm going to shut up about that dog. But that damn thing's chapping my ass. I don't know how much longer I can take it. I used to have a little workout station right out there underneath the canopy. I had an outdoor gym. Hell, I moved it. I moved it out there because that was right next door to the fence, right next to the same fence. We were sharing a common fence. And so when I was out there, I got one of those what's it called, a job rocker. Got about an 8-inch speaker in it. I would turn that thing on my Bluetooth and point it directly at the fence and just turn up some damn rock and roll music, whether it's hard rock, metal, country, whatever I was working out to. Because I originally was out there working out with my headphones on, trying to be quiet. I had my iPods on, wireless. The dog barked so damn loud. He was over barking as loud as I could turn my iPhone up because I don't want you to blow your head off of those things, so they don't let you turn them up that loud. The dog was out barking the speaker system on the speakers that were inside my eardrums a 1/4 inch away. So I said, well, piss on it. I'll pull out the goddamn earpods. I'm going to put on the speaker, and I'm going to have to be an asshole about this. I think finally they got a little heads up. Every now and then when I go out there and work out and I turn that speaker up, they took that dog inside. And then I'd cut my music down a little bit. But I'll be damned. If I can't use my backyard for at least 1 hour every single day, that's all I'm asking. By 5:30, 6 p.m. when I was doing my workouts, holy shit, enough is enough. And finally, enough was enough. I moved into the garage. So I guess if there's a winner or a loser, I guess they won. And I conceded. No, it was a work. It was a double count. I ain't going to say I lost. Anyway, enough rambling, man. Tell you what. I drove down to Long Beach, California yesterday, the LBC from the MDR here in Marina del Rey, in my GMC Yukon XL Silver. I rode down there to Iron Axe Gym and visited my buddy, C.T. Fletcher. And C.T. Fletcher, if you've watched him on YouTube, I know most of you guys have because I've had him on the show before, but he's got a hell of a YouTube following. He does all these great motivational videos, and he cusses like a sailor, and he's good at it, and he's convicted, and he believes in it, and he loves that iron, and he's a tough, strong, independent guy and just getting through life. Man, whether it's June 15th or it's June 30th, I look on the website, it says 15th. When I talk to CT, it's June 30th. Man, CT was at the house with his son Samson. I think he was watching TV. And boy, said it felt like an elephant was sitting on his chest, as you'll hear in the podcast. He had a heart attack. And they took CT to the hospital, and he survived. And right now, he's on the waiting list to get a heart transplant. And, man, I'd been following what had happened because of social media. I found out on Twitter. So back in the day, I was giving him a couple text messages, and he was still kicking out, still making his comeback. And finally, he got enough strength. He'd been going to the Fit Expos and stuff like that and had enough strength that I could go down there and pay him a visit. So I went down to LBC yesterday, and, man, we just shot the shit. And I wanted to bring some awareness to, if you follow him on YouTube or you see his YouTube videos, then you should check out his website, ctfletcher.com. And he's doing a series on there, and it's about defying death. And it's CT talking about, everything that he's going through. And CT ain't a guy that's looking for no sympathy. CT was one of the strongest guys that ever walked planet Earth. Right now, he ain't so strong. You'll hear about the push-up story. And he's got this video series going, and it's just, it's really interesting to listen to a real, true, tough guy going through a real, true, tough time and what's going through his mind and what's going on. And you can help CT Fletcher out by going to ctfletcher.com and clicking on that video. It's the Defying Death series. It's Patreon incorporated. But anyway, I just want to bring some awareness to that. And you can follow him on Twitter. But anyway, you can get all that information off his website. It's always fun to talk to CT. He was tired when we started talking. We had a couple of laughs. We're talking about weightlifting. We're talking about cars. We're talking a little bit about MMA towards the back of the podcast. And it was basically two guys catching up. I see CT every now and then. I consider him a good friend, and I hope he weathers the storm and makes it out on the other side. I hope you enjoy the podcast. Talk with my buddy, CT Fletcher. But before we get to CT Fletcher, there's other business I got to take care of while Callie is sleeping beside me in a very quiet fashion, not interrupting the podcast. Before we get to CT Fletcher, let me tell you guys about Hims. It's a new year. It's 2018, as a matter of fact, and chance to make a new impression. And that means keeping your hair in order to become the handsomest SOB the world has ever seen. The bottom line is, men want to keep their hair and take care of themselves. Now, hassle-free prevention and solutions now exist with Hims. Hell, Hims is the wellness brand for the modern man. A one-stop shop for hair loss, skin care, and sexual awareness, making men's personal care trusted, easy, and affordable. Hims offers FDA-approved, medical-grade products, personalized recommendations, plus convenient, confidential online consultation with a licensed doctor. Ain't no pharmacy lines, no waiting room. The products are shipped directly to your door. And Hims passes big savings along to you, offering prescription and generic for just a fraction of the price. Sound treatment and prevention backed by medicine and science. Look better, feel better, do better with Hims. For listeners of the Steve Austin Show Unleashed, you get a trial month of everything you need to keep your hair for just $5 while supplies last. This would cost you hundreds of dollars if you went to a doctor's office or a pharmacy. So what are you waiting for? Save some damn money and save your damn hair. Don't do like I did. Hims wasn't around when I lost my hair back in the 90s. Just go to forhims.com/unleashed for all the details. That's forhims.com/unleashed and stomp a mud hole in the hair loss and walk it dry. One more time. That's forhims.com/unleashed to get yourself a trial month for just $5.
All the big names are on Podcast One Sportsnet, the home of Dan Patrick.
If I'm hanging out with any of the Kardashians, I'm hanging out with Khloe.
As well as news shows like Red Circle Sports with Dennis Miller.
Goodell has become completely full of it.
Wriggle's Picks with Rob Riggle and Sarah Tiana.
Do you know the difference between a million and a billion?
The B.
And AP Sports Weekly with Jim Litke.
Have you guys ever considered trading Alabama for the Cleveland Browns?
All this and more exclusively on PodcastOneSports.com and the Podcast One app.
This is Steve Austin Unleashed.
Man, I'm standing here at the Iron Addicts Gym in LBC, Long Beach, California. The living legend, Compton Superman, right here in front of me. I'm going to sit my ass down. Is that all right, CT?
Oh, hell yeah.
I ain't too close to you, am I?
No.
I want you to reach out with that jab.
Nah, shit, I don't want to get stunted around here.
Hey, man, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Stone Cold.
God dang, man, I've been hearing all kinds of stuff, on Twitter and social media, and god dang, CT ain't doing very good. So I've sent you some text messages a while back, and I said, give you a call and see how he's doing. And I was going to talk to you last week, but you had the Fed Expo, and you overdid yourself and got tired.
Yeah.
God dang, man, how are you?
Well, I'm blessed. That's how I am, Stone Cold. I'll tell you what, and I want to say this, I really appreciate you calling to check on me. I really appreciate you don't have to do that. Ain't no cameras around, ain't nothing around for social media. He just does that out of the kindness of his heart, and I appreciate it.
Hey, man, I want to talk about the Fed Expo. I want to talk about a few other things, but I've been on your website,
okay.
ctfletcher.com, because I want to promote a couple of things and make people aware of a couple of things.
All right.
And one is, you're doing are you still doing your YouTube?
Yes.
Every Saturday a new video drops? Or is it Tuesday?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
A new video drops.
Okay, so you're still doing your YouTube stuff, but also on there is something. Is the word Patreon or Patron?
Yes, Patreon.
Patreon. Okay, but it's called Defying Death.
Yeah.
And so far, I guess there's been 3 installments.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4.
I saw 3 of them. Anyway, my
yeah.
point is to.
Oh, you actually seen it?
Oh yeah, I watched the videos.
That's fantastic, Steve. Thank you, man.
No, I just wanted people to be aware of it, so
Yeah.
we can talk about things that you're still doing, so people can get on there and offer it some support.
Yeah. Patreon.
So talk about them.
Steve,
Defying Death, because
Yeah.
dude, obviously it's you and talking about the things that you're going through right now.
Yeah, I had a real hard time with even going along with it, because the one thing I definitely don't want is for people to feel sorry for me, because I consider myself to be very blessed, and I don't feel sorry for me, so I don't want your ass to feel sorry for me. I feel a little ashamed of how I look, of course, but I think they talked to me, Steve, and they told me how important it is for other people to be able to see how somebody who is, facing death or a heart transplant, it's a possibility that I won't make it through that. I believe I will, but it's a possibility, that you don't make it through that. That ain't no walk in the park right there. A heart transplant is a big deal to me, and I think it's actually everybody who's walking around that has somebody else's heart in their chest is a miracle. And because when I was a kid, they didn't do this to 67. So when I was born, there wasn't no such thing as no heart transplant. Right. And they would have thought the doctor was crazy or Dr. Frankenstein or something. And they're doing them left and right now.
So whose idea was that? Because it's Defying Death, and it's you talking about everything that you're going through, and they're filmed really well. I mean, obviously, as I sit here and look at you, and I consider you a friend, I mean, it's the circumstances aren't great, but just the content and hearing your thoughts through the process is fascinating.
Yeah, they do a real good job. It's a guy named Corrado and Jeremy. They have done other projects and stuff. They in the TV and stuff like that, and they talk to me. Well, Corrado's a weightlifter, so I met him through Chris Bale, which is Chris Bale is the one of the Bell brothers who bigger, stronger, faster fame, and that's how I met Corrado, and they said, well, CT, we want you to tell your story about how it is, going. I'm like, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want nobody to see me. I don't want to. I hardly ever go out in public unless I have to. So for me to come here and see you, it's a big deal, dude.
But go to ctfletcher.com.
Yeah, ctfletcher.com, and look for the Patreon link. And if you want to see what it's like for an old mother to be faced with death and not be too worried about it, check me out. If you get to see behind the scenes, a lot of people see me out or exposed or talking shit, and they don't know what's behind the scenes.
How do you feel? How old are you?
58.
Okay, man, you're 5 years ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
So we're right there in the same ballpark.
Right.
But, man, you died before.
Yeah.
And then, like you said in one of your videos, hey, man, your 12-year warranty is up.
Yeah, warranty is up.
You're supposed to die 12 years ago.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
You didn't.
That's right.
And now you're on the list for a heart transplant.
Yeah, we go up to on the 24th to talk to the surgeons who will actually perform the surgery, and everything checks out. Then hopefully I'll get a call pretty soon. So but that was another thing I had a problem with at first, is actually deciding if I wanted to transplant. Because I'm like, wow, in order for me to get this transplant, somebody got to die. And I don't know if I could accept it, with that, knowing that somebody has to die in order for me to live. And that was tough. That was tough, just making that decision. And then to show people what's going on. Did you see the one where I tried to do a push-up?
Yeah, I saw that because earlier this year, well, it's 2018 right now, but in 2017, you could do 100 push-ups.
Yeah,
and then you couldn't do one.
Oh, man. But I got it. It was hard as hell, but I got that one. And, so it's, a fall from grace is what I call a long fall, man.
But how's the process? Because, I mean, you're waiting on a heart. We're sitting there face to face. But what's all the paperwork, the bullshit that you got to go through?
Oh, my gosh. It should be, and it is ridiculous. They put you through, and I thought that the sicker you are, the faster you get on the list. And that's bullshit, because I was f***ed up. And I said, I know I'm going on this list right away, right?
I'm going to be on the VIP list.
Yeah, I said, I gotta go I know I'm going to be on this list somewhere in the next 2-3 days, because I ain't going to make it if I don't. In June, I was so f***ed up, I couldn't even hold my head up. I was down. My son had to help me put my clothes on, and a shower was a mother. I hated taking a shower because a lot of times I didn't know if I was going to be able to get out the motherfucker. And so it was rough. And then they test everything else, but your heart got to be good for you to go on the list. And your kidneys, everything, lungs, everything got to be good in order for you to get on the list. And I'm like, why is y'all taking all this fucking time testing all this other bullshit out? I need a heart now. You know what I mean? But they put you through the ringer, man. It is not an easy process.
So now what is the process as you sit here and wait? I mean, like, you're on the list. I mean, who decides the order? How does that get solved?
Well, I would not want to get ahead of anybody, and I'm sure they don't allow but it's totally based on how the heart matches up with you. Okay. So if that's the order. If a heart comes in that matches me, then I get it. It's got to match.
What happened on June the 30th? Because you had the heart attack. Your son was right there, Samson.
Yeah.
And then you said, hey, man, I'm fixing to die.
Yeah.
And he said, no, you ain't.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was checking out, but it never was like sharp pain. it wasn't sharp pain. I felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest, and I couldn't breathe, gasping for air like a fish out of water. Everything was going black, and I figured when it go all the way black, that's it. You know, I'm out because I already can't breathe. So I figured, I thought that was the end. And he looked at me, and he said, "No, you're gonna be all right, Daddy." And I looked at him, and I like, your ass wrong this time. Just wait a minute, I'm gonna die right in front of you in about 2 minutes here. But he was right.
So what did you do? Did you go to the hospital?
Yeah, oh yeah, they rushed me to the ambulance. You know, ambulance came and rushed me to the VA hospital there in Long Beach, and I'm telling the ambulance driver, ambulance.
I say ambulance too.
Yeah, ambulance driver. Hey man, he said, "Hey, CT Fletcher, you CT Fletcher?" I said, "Yes, I am CT Fletcher, and I want you to know that I ain't afraid to die. So if I die in the back of this ambulance, you tell everybody that CT Fletcher was in here and on his last ride, he told me that he was not afraid to die." And he said, "You ain't gonna die, man." I'm like, shit, well, why I feel so up there?
When you were sitting there on your couch, did you ever panic?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I thought I was going to die. Of course, I was panicking.
Well, I mean, it seems logical to me, but you sound really, really calm, and then you sound like maybe it's an elephant sitting on your chest, and it's not like the classic pain going down your left arm, all the telltale signs. Right. You just got a motherfucker sitting on your chest.
Yeah.
And to me, you know, I ain't got no heart issues, but when I've had certain issues, I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm kick off here.
I was panicked as because it was kind of out of the blue, although I had a few signs before that I'd ignored, because that's what we do. You know,
right.
You can't get me down. And so I ignored them, and it was sort of out of the blue for this thing to just hit me like that. So it scared, I ain't gonna lie, it scared the guy.
What did you ignore for someone out there that would be listening that you could help them give some 411?
I'd be at expos, and a whole lot of people out there waiting on me. Thank goodness for the people, but they'd be out there waiting on me, and my breath, my wind, that's the sign was getting. It was really hard for me to breathe. So that's one sign. If you got heart, don't ignore that shit. But I was getting slower and slower, getting to the expos, and then it was a real job to stand there for 3 hours and shake everybody's hand. And it was a few times where I wanted to sit down, but I said, I can't do it. I'm CT Fletcher. I'm going to stand up here and shake everybody's hand, because they stood in this line for 3-4 hours to see me. They're going to see me. Yep.
You said in one of your videos your heart's only working at 20 to 25%.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Well, I tell you what, I ain't going out running no marathon.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to ask a real stupid question. I just mean, dude, when you're operating at 1/4 capacity, it's zero energy, short of breath. I mean, don't want to because you told me, you said, Steve, just don't come over and get me excited.
Yeah. Everything is, I can't get too excited, although I did last week when we had the Iron Wars here. But anything is a job now. I was laying in the bed the other day, Steve, and nothing was hurting, and I was breathing okay. And I just said, thank you, Lord. That's a good day. If nothing hurts and I'm breathing okay, that's a really good day. And people have them kind of days all the time and don't think nothing of it. But for me, that shit is a real good day. So I'm laying in the bed, I'm like, thank you, Lord. I ain't hurting and I'm breathing.
Right.
So that's a good day.
So right now, man, you just biding time, you're waiting. I mean, you're still doing your thing, because I know I want to talk about the event you had here, Iron Addicts, just the other day. But I mean, like now, what is a normal day for you if you don't have to make an appearance?
If I don't have to make an appearance, I ain't doing shit. I'm not doing a damn thing. I lay in the bed a lot. And, a few things. I have this other thing where people will ask for a video from me, book Cameo, and I'll talk shit to them for 2 or 3 minutes, and I do that. But that's why I can still talk a little shit.
So how do people sign up to
book Cameo? They just go to bookcameo.com and look for CT Fletcher, and I'll talk shit to them for 2 or 3 minutes, and that's about it, man. I enjoy doing that because, you know.
But you've always had a gift of gab, and do you think it's because your father was a Pentecostal preacher and just the rhythm, and or were you just always naturally charismatic and talky?
No, I don't think I'm charismatic now. See, but I like to talk shit, and I like talking to people. So they always told me I was going to be a preacher, and I always told them, you're a lie.
Yeah, you've been the most foul-mouthed preacher I've ever listened to. I would go to church to listen to you preach.
You know what? See, I guarantee you, there's some preachers out there, when they get home, they're just as bad as me, man.
I believe that. Hey, you said a while ago, if you were to get a heart transplant, well, that means someone else got to die.
That's right.
And obviously, it's very unfortunate, but just the taking that out of consideration. So how do you feel about going under, getting split open, and getting a new heart put in your chest?
I want to get it over with. The waiting, to me, is the worst part, because I can't start my recovery until after I get this heart. So the waiting, one of the things they told me that convinced me to do it was they're going to die anyway, CT. The person who you get the heart from, it was their time and their set was over, and it was their time anyway. So I'm like, okay. So it ain't like they had to go out and kill nobody to give me a heart. The good Lord had called a number. It was their time. So I said, okay, I can accept that better. But it's just a wait, and I'm not afraid of it at all. I just want to get it over with.
One thing you said in one of the videos, I can't remember, was it your YouTube channel or the Defying Death, which is on ctfletcher.com, is like, you spent your whole life trying to be a big, bad motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
And now you are anything but that.
Oh, complete.
I mean, still a living, fighting human being, but you're not as weak, you're not as strong as you once were. And for guys, like, I'll put myself in a category with you. We spend our lives trying to stay jacked up just to be strong because that's a part of who and what we are. So in the state that you are, I mean, how's that with you mentally? Because I know it's got to weigh heavy on you.
Steve, I'm a little better now because the Patreon folks made me talk about it. But if it was, if they hadn't, I would just stay out of the limelight, not talk to anybody. That's how I was going to handle it. I don't want anybody to know that the Superman from Compton is fucked up. And, I figure if they see me, they're going to know something wrong. But I just didn't want anybody, it's pride. And, it's like you, strong, physical guy, my whole life. And then, just struck down, man. I'm stick figuring. How you going to be skinny and loose? I wouldn't mind being skinny if I was tight and shit, but I'm skinny and loose with tough combinations.
But just to talk about it, does that help at all? Like you said, sometimes it's like getting kicked in the ribs. You just want to crawl off in a hole, just be alone. But to know that at least maybe you're helping other people out, does that help any?
It helps tremendously because we did the expo last weekend, Steve, and I'm telling you, it was just as many people in line to see me as when I was the Superman from Compton. And man, I damn near cried when I seen that because I know they wasn't there to see my muscles or my strength or anything like that. Them people, I figured they actually cared about me because they wanted to come and shake my hand anyway, even though I'm, like I said, I can stick figure now. They still came out, man, and that was really something for me.
Yeah, but I think, all the videos and all the YouTube stuff, and I'm, back in when you was bench pressing 600 pounds, whatever, your unofficial 705.
Yeah.
And repping all those crazy plates when you was 300 plus. I mean, and that started way back, what was that, 25 years ago?
25 years ago.
And to now, but just, dude, the fact that you've meant so much to so many people, just talking shit and delivering positive motivation and telling motherfuckers, just steal your motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And to get in the gym and to be strong and to live the lifestyle. What goes up must come down.
I think it will come down that damn hard.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But I just think it's the fan base that you built because you're real authentic. You ain't full of shit. You are, who and what you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people believe in you. And so whether you physically, you're not exactly where you want to be right now, but if you get that new heart or whatever, bottom line is people love CT Fletcher. You've inspired people.
And that, that makes it worth it. That's why when people ask me and say, okay, you need another heart, how you feel, CT? I'm blessed. I always say I'm blessed because I believe that I am. I'm tremendously blessed. I have people all over the world texting me, telling me, and send me messages and stuff and telling me that something I said or looking at something I'm doing now really help them get through.
Yeah.
So that's so much more important than benching 700 pounds. It ain't even funny. There's no comparison. And I've changed so much from the guy who thought he was indestructible. My mama told me, she said, always somebody, because she could tell, always somebody just a little badder than you are. And I'm like, shit.
My phone just went off. I'm talking to CT Fletcher at Iron Addicts Gym. I got to get bounced out of here. CT, I owe you a beer. Every time my phone goes off when I'm doing an interview, I say I owe somebody a beer.
Okay.
So if you get that heart.
Make sure it's more cold.
But, it's like, Judo Gene LaBelle. Everybody knows Gene LaBelle, who's in the fight game and stunt game or whatever, tough guy game.
Yeah, you know him.
I met Gene a couple of years ago, and I wanted to get him to tell me the Steven Seagal story.
Oh, yeah.
Which he can't talk about.
He can't?
No, but his wife can.
Oh, good.
Anyway, my point is, Judo Gene LaBelle, I guess he's probably 86. I probably met him, when he was 84. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, he's probably not going to throw me down and choke me out, but hey, he's still Judo Gene LaBelle. So
yeah.
So my point is, it's still the same respect.
Oh, yeah.
So the same thing with you.
Well, no, I'm not in that category, but I heard the Steven Seagal story, and man, he was 58 when that happened. Yeah. And boy, I like that shit. I said, damn, he's the same age as I am now. He choked the shit out of Steven.
Allegedly.
Yeah, well, allegedly. Yeah, he can't talk about it, but damn, I was really happy to hear that shit.
All right, let's take a quick pause for the calls and get big ups to TrueCar. Here's some useful car tips you might not be aware of. Hey, a coffee filter and a little bit of olive oil can clean your interior. Removing excess weight from your car will improve gas mileage. Placing your key fob to your chin will increase its range. It's kind of strange, but it's true. You ready for one more tip you might not know about? TrueCar also helps people get used cars. That's right. TrueCar ain't just for buying new cars. With their certified dealer network and nationwide inventory of nearly 1 million used cars, you'll enjoy real pricing on actual inventory and a simpler buying experience, whether you buy new or used. And with TrueCar, users can see what others paid, so they know if they're getting a good deal before buying. They're also more likely to enjoy a faster buying experience by connecting with TrueCar certified dealers. When you're ready to buy a new or used car, check out TrueCar and enjoy a more confident car buying experience. Some features are not available in all states.
Hey, this is Jim Litke, host of AP Sports Weekly, where we harness the shoe leather, insight, and experience of some of the smartest reporters in the business to bring you the news. I've been an AP Sports columnist since 1989 and covered every major championship around the globe multiple times and crossed paths with some of the greatest athletes of our time. And now I'm excited to bring you a weekly recap of the most interesting happenings in sports. So make sure to download new episodes of AP Sports Weekly every Tuesday on PodcastOneSports.com, the new Podcast One app, and Apple Podcasts.
Before we get to the rest of my interview with the one and only CT Fletcher, let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. Now, does your business have any New Year's resolutions? Here's an important one. every business should consider. Make your hiring process more efficient and effective. This year, let ZipRecruiter help. No one has done a better job of transforming how you find the right talent than they have. ZipRecruiter posts your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards with just one click. Then ZipRecruiter actively looks for the most qualified candidates and invites them to apply. That's why ZipRecruiter is different. Unlike other hiring sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on the right candidates finding you. It finds them. It's no wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes and industries to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, my listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/Steve. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/Steve to try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
This is Steve Austin Unleashed.
Hey, tell me about this event, because you didn't give me an invitation, man. You didn't give me a heads up, man. I found out the day up. But anyway, I would have come down here to the LBC because I missed out. There's a bunch of big, bad people here.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't have came because it was a big crowd. I mean, we was packed in here like sardines. Yeah. And I said, Steve, you know, people would have been in with you and asked you for autographs and shaking your hand and shit.
That'd been all right.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, tell me about what happened.
Oh, it was fantastic. We had what I throw it every year. It's called Iron Wars, and I get the biggest, baddest guys to go head to head and see exactly who is the fucking strongest. Who's strong? Everybody talking, you know, I'm the baddest, I'm the strongest king of the beast. Okay, bring your ass to Iron Wars. I get some more beasts here, and we'll just see who really is the baddest. Head-to-head competition, and man, we had a good one, boy.
How was your energy? Did you make it through the event okay?
I made it through that. I said, I told my daughters, because they would be really concerned about me, I said, I'm going to leave early. Shit, I was so on adrenaline. I was so pumped up, Steve, to see them. You know, I can't do nothing no more, but I still like to see them young guys do that shit.
Yeah.
You know.
So, what kind of events was it?
Oh man, it was
like a regular gym bench press.
Press.
Not like pause.
Yes, that
stop.
Too.
Y'all did that too. Okay, you tell me the events.
We had on the bench press. It was longest pause, the most reps, and the most weight. And man, the longest pause was the most fun to me because we had Kevin the Hulk Washington, and he's just he was the one who was in Hulk Smash, and he's known for being able to pause. And the weight was 500 pounds. 500 pounds was the weight because I knew Kevin was coming, but there was another fella there that outpaused the Hulk, and I just could not do that. I was so pumped when I seen that shit. Big Rob, what was his name? Yeah, that's right. Big Jason came out of the woodwork and outpaused the Hulk.
He had 500 pounds on the bar.
Yeah,
How long did he pause for?
Jason was right under a minute. And you know, people think a minute is a short time, but you put 500 pounds on your chest for a minute, and you're going to be a pancake when your ass get up. It was fantastic, man.
500 pounds a minute. That's impressive. And he had to lock it out, right?
Yeah, had to lock it out. The shit wasn't no good.
Okay, so then what was the other one was the rep. So what was the rep weight?
You know what? We took so long on the pause and the most weight that the same guy, Jason, who won the long pause, won the most weight too. 600, was it 600? 636. And that's in a T-shirt, none of these bench press shirts and shit.
That's just strong as shit.
That's right. That's just raw strength, man.
And he did the pause first and then he got the 636?
Did he pause it?
636,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, 636.
So y'all never got around to the rep?
No, we didn't get around to the rep.
What was going to be the weight for the rep, though?
The repetition weight was going to be 405. Because them guys are so...
405, man. NFL's using 225.
No, well, for the lighter guys, yes, 225.
Okay.
But it was a bunch of hogs here, man. I didn't see nobody that was what I would call a lightweight.
You didn't have to feed nobody, did you?
Oh, no, man. I'm already broke, but I've been broke trying to feed them up.
What else you guys do?
And then we went to the squat, and it was supposed to be most reps and most weight. And we didn't get it down around to most reps, but we got most weight. And they had some little guys in comparison to other monsters. One guy, 197 pounds, squatted 630. Yeah.
Which is belts and knee wraps?
This kid, did he have knee wraps on, Rob? No.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Man,
at
good.
197, I gave up. Yeah. And I gave out belts for the champions because I wish that's what they would have gave when I was competing as a belt. But I'd have killed myself for a belt. So this kid did not win. He didn't win. And it was another guy, 205, who done more than him. But I gave that 197 a belt because he earned that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Did y'all get around to deadlift?
We got around to deadlift. Mason Cervantes came in. The top weight in deadlift was 800 pounds. And he did that shit twice. And he is not, how much do you think Mason weighed? Yeah, tops 250, and he did 800 2 times. So it was a hell of a battle, too. One guy just barely missed the 800, too, from Strength Cartel.
If we could have went back in time, you in your prime, what would you have done that day?
In my prime, the bench press would have been mine and easy. My training partner, Richard Schoenberger, me and him used to do what they were doing at Strength Wars every workout. Just me and him going back and forth. That was no big deal for us back in the day. It's exciting as now, but I'm thinking in my head, shit, we did that 25 years ago. And Big Daddy is something else. I call him Big Daddy Richard Schoenberg. He's my training partner for about 20 years. Never took a steroid in his whole life.
Straight up.
Yes, 100% natural.
Straight up.
100%
natural. Because we both know people that are 100% natural and say they're 100% natural, but they're 100% natural.
Full of shit that are full of shit. Yeah,
but straight up natural.
Shit, he looks like it, and every contest that we were in together was drug tested. So he never failed no drug test, and he's always been a man of his word. And I known the guy for 20 years. And in 20 years, if you know somebody that long, sooner or later, a needle gonna fall out their pocket or some shit gonna happen. You're like, oh, this motherfucker. But nothing ever like that.
But he was always probably consistent as well.
Oh, yeah, very consistent. And I seen him military press 525 pounds. And I ain't seen anybody else do that yet. It's the difference, the difference between a jerk and a military press. This stood right there, didn't move his body. The only thing moved was them shoulders, and that did 525 pounds. I ain't never seen nothing like it since.
Strong.
Yeah.
Hey, man, last time I was over here, I remember you were telling me about, or maybe it's time before, you was telling me about one of the biggest guys you ever seen, and bigger than Sergio, his name is Craig Munson.
Hell yes.
I went over, I put him on YouTube. I just looked, I said, man, see if I can see any footage on this guy. And sure enough, some guy had been down to a gym and interviewed him, but I don't know where he's at. I mean, were y'all old training partners, or do you ever see that guy? Are y'all in communications? Did you fall apart? What's up?
Definitely, well, he was one of the guys that I looked up to as a young guy. First time I seen him was at Venice Beach, and I'm like 23, 20, and I thought that this is a monster. This is unbelievable. But I really didn't meet, I met him back then, shook his hand, and that's about it. But I didn't really talk to him or have a conversation with him until maybe 3 months ago. And because people knew that, they said the same thing. I heard you talk about this guy named Craig Munson. And somebody gave him my phone number, and he called me up, and we had a nice conversation. I still want to interview him myself.
So he was he was 10 or 15 years older than you then.
Yeah.
He's way older than you in the videos I saw.
Yeah. He's older, but he's still a big guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, he's older, and but I really looked up to him because it was nobody else around that could touch that as far as size was concerned.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, I want to be like that.
Hey, man, here in Iron Addicts, I mean, who's some of the strongest guys you guys got going here? What kind of weight they pushing here?
Oh, Big Rob right there walking around there. He about the strongest one. He ain't to Big Rob. Yeah.
But he ain't trained with me yet.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hey, just kidding.
See, he was
Big Rob, Big Rob, what are you throwing around?
Bench is 565.
Never mind. Okay, squat.
Like 6 plates.
Yeah,
never
585.
mind. How about deadlift?
So I do double over it. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, double over grip.
Well, I ain't going to be trained with him.
Shit, me either. We used to train together. We used to train together when I first.
You know, right now, I think I could probably hang with you right now.
Boy, if you can't beat me, you're in pretty bad shape, though.
Goddamn, CT, I made a living getting the shit beat out of me for a living.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing left. I'm going to call a bench press contest right now.
You mop the floor with me. See, I give. You win, shit.
Hey, man, what you doing with the cars out there?
Oh, I still got that blue pickup truck you always ask me about, but I drove up in a 69 today that you might like better than that one.
Is it a pickup or a Corvette?
It is a pickup.
Yeah.
And, I like, I like everything, but I like the old pickup truck. I keep it at the house. That's why you haven't seen it. But we drove it here today, and you probably going to try to get it from me.
Man, I tell you what, I was the other day, a couple of months ago, I was messing around. I was talking about getting me a new pickup truck. And then here's a story you'll like this, man, because I imagine you like me, you can't stand nobody. You probably can't stand a thief to begin with, but especially a car thief, because I know you love cars as much as I do.
Oh.
I was on a hunting trip in Nevada, and my wife calls me and she goes, somebody just tried to steal your pickup truck from outside the house. It was parked right on the curb in front of my house in the MDR. Damn. You know, and it is regular neighborhood, dude.
Yeah.
But somebody went there, and they got through the passenger side and jacked up that damn lock, got in there, and they jammed in a screwdriver, fucked up my ignition, stripped out the transmission. They broke the cable shift going to automatic transmission. It got locked up. That's the only way they didn't get my truck stove them. They had it running. And the neighbors scared them off. Wow. So anyway, I took my car to the shop, my truck to the shop, and when I got home from Nevada, I looked at it like, man, motherfucker, when someone breaks in your shit, it gets, it just puts your head up.
Piss you off.
So anyway, I sent it over to the Chevrolet dealership, and they called me up, and it's going to be like $2,200 to fix all this shit. And then because I flipped the cable, it's like $2,600, whatever. I said, I just got to have my pickup truck back. I've had it since it's brand new in 2003, right? And that's my pickup truck.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I was thinking, okay, my insurance will pick it up. Well, because I had it on liability insurance because I used to have it at the ranch, it just sit in the barn. So I don't run full insurance on it because I was trying to save some money. Mm-hmm. So I paid for that whole bitch out of my damn pocket. So anyway, I got my truck back. And in the meantime, I was thinking, okay, Steve, sell that motherfucker and just go get yourself a new diesel or something like that. And you sent me a text message. You said, go get yourself a new truck, you cheap motherfucker. And I was like, God dang, before that, I was talking about getting a Corvette. And I was talking to my buddy in Texas. I talked myself out of that. Then I talked myself out of that pickup truck.
Oh, God
I still got my 2003. I got it fixed up. I finally got something.
Uh-oh. I want to hear this.
All right. Now, it ain't nothing special. I don't know if you're going to be able to identify with it. Check it out. I was down there in Texas. I was down there visiting my folks. And I went over to my buddy's house. There's a guy I ain't seen in 30 years. And his wife is real good friends with my mother. So they were talking. And I collect signs.
Oh, okay.
And so, old porcelain signs from gas, oil, whatever, Coca-Cola. Hell, he collects signs too.
Yeah.
And so,
what's the name of that show on TV where they do that?
Was it Pickers?
Yes, American Pickers.
Yeah.
I watch that shit all the time. So
but that shit's rigged. Because their prices are way too low. Oh. So I give a dude a call, man. And it turns out, like we both graduated high school in 1983. I was a running back. I weighed about 205. Of course, with 205, I thought I was jacked up back in the day, right?
That's big.
But in South Texas it is, and he played center. And my line averaged about 165 pounds. Dang. So, dude, CT, I run a 4.940, so I wasn't fast enough to run east or west. I ran north and south. But anyway, my point is I was just an average high school running back. But I was able to put myself through a couple of football scholarships. So anyway, I said, you know what? Because this guy collects signs, maybe I'll just reach out to him and reconnect.
Yeah.
I reconnected with him, and we just started talking on the phone and shit, and we went down there to Edna to visit my folks. I said, man, I'm going to go see Scotty's shop. He got him a new Corvette. He got two of those new Z28s. He's a real speed guy.
Uh-huh.
So I went over and checked out his shop and everything. We're sitting there shooting a breeze, talking about signs, and over in the corner, he got him a 1974 Z28 Camaro.
Oh, shit.
My second car, my first car was a 71 Firebird Formula. It came with a 455, but the dude I bought it from put a Chevy 396 in it. Ooh. But it was a 71 Formula Firebird.
Yeah.
Twin hood scoop spoiler.
Of course.
I seen that car over there, and I had
did it have triple carbs on it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I had a 73 Camaro with the 4-speed. That was my second car. I bought it from my uncle. And then, 74 was when they put that bumper on the front of it. That's when they kind of changed the front end.
Right,
and the safety thing started coming into play. Mm-hmm. But it was just sitting there. And it's maroon and two white stripes on the hood and down to the spoiler in the back. The 350 that year, it's a numbers matching car. It's automatic transmission, but it's a Z28 LT1. The 350 only has 245 horse, 295 torque. So it ain't shit as far as being a muscle car, but it just looked good sitting there.
It looked good.
And the hood was up, and it ain't run in about a couple years.
Yeah.
But just something something just resonated with me about the car. Yeah, so I said, all that shit, he wasn't trying to sell nothing else. And that car, he had a 59 Biscayne up on the jacks. It's a really cool car.
Yeah.
And it was tubbed. He's going to put a big ass. I think he put a stroker motor in that. And then I looked, I said, hey, dude, man, I said, you want to sell that car? And he goes, I never thought about it. I said, well, you want to sell it? He goes, let me think about it. And so anyway, I said, well, what'd you give for it? He told me what he gave for it. I said, well, what do you want for it? He said, I'll take exactly what I give for it. So I got me a square deal. I didn't pay out the ass.
Right.
He's going through it right now. He's putting some aluminum heads on there. He's got an Edelbrock intake manifold, an Edelbrock carb on there. So it wasn't running because it needs some head gaskets on it.
Yeah,
so I finally shelled out CD. It was at a discount rate at a good price because he's a buddy. But it was just connection. It was like, man, I think that car was calling for me to buy that motherfucker. I graduated with this dude. He used to block for me when they handed me the rock, and it was kind of a connection. So it kind of was a special deal. I haven't took delivery of it. When he gets it running, I'm gonna send a transport car, and when I get up here to California, I'll drive that motherfucker up here to Iron Addicts.
Hell yes. You know,
what do you think about the 74? I mean, it ain't nothing special.
Right. It's I think 69 is probably the year to have, but 74 ain't bad. It ain't bad.
It ain't, nothing collector about it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like the body style, and you look pretty cool rolling around town in there.
You know what? It's just a cool car, and I was thinking, okay, it doesn't have original paint. The thing came with a medium red paint job on it, and right now it's kind of maroon looking. It's in the shadows, so it kind of looks maroon. But I was on YouTube and looking around. I'd like to paint that mother silver and put those Z28 stripes on where it says Z28 on the hood, on the rear spoiler, and just take it back and not try to. I was thinking about doing a 383 stroke or just do something 450 horse.
454 I ain't doing shit with.
Do you see? But then I was thinking to myself, you know what? Just you don't need to be going fast. I got my pickup truck. I got my Bronco. Do I really need to go fast?
No, but it's something about sinking your foot in that son bitch and hearing them tires squeal. It ain't nothing like that shit, boy. That son bitch turned sideways. That's fun right there.
You're right. When I first got that Formula Firebird, it was 71, and I was my first car. I guess I just turned 18 or 16 back then when you could drive. And, man, that thing had a Krieger Super Sports all the way around it, and goddamn, there's some good blacktop, that soft asphalt, those stop signs in Edna, man. I'd light those things up every time I took off or a red light turned green. And pretty soon I burned those muffins up. You're going to have to go buy some new ones.
Of course.
So after I bought my first set of tires as a teenage kid in high school working summer jobs, that's when I didn't spend those tires quite as much. It was like, hey, you got to do the maintenance on this. That's when I slowed my ass down.
Man.
Out of all the cars that you've had in your life,
ask me.
As far as just a monster off a red light or something like that with just tons of torque and horsepower, what was one of your favorites?
I had a 70 Chevelle. My mom called it the skunk because it was black, white stripes, white interior. She said, look at the skunk. That motherfucker would pull the front wheels off the ground, Steve. It's the only car that I've owned that scared me, and I like that shit. You know, I punch the shit out of them. I'm going to drive the shit out of them, man. So when I say drive the shit out of them, not all the time. I don't have nothing that I consider a show car.
Right.
Or absolute, and I don't want no show car.
Me neither.
Because I want to drive the son bitch. And if you got a show car, you can't drive it, motherfucker. You're going to be worried about it all the time. Somebody opening the door or scratching it or something. You don't want nothing to happen to it. It's a show car. I don't want no fucking show car. Nice driver, that's me.
That was the thing when I first started thinking about this car. And we ain't swapped no money or nothing like that, but, it's a handshake deal. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I'll go down there and get it or send a transport company. But I got on YouTube and I was thinking, okay, what I want to do with this car. And of course, I was thinking, I knew you had some badass cars over here. I knew you was in the cars. And I was thinking, man, I was thinking the stock-ass look, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Because, tubbed, the stuff is tubbed is cool, but once you tubbed it, man, you can't go back.
No.
So there's big-ass 50s in the back. That's cool.
Yeah.
But just don't tub it.
Right.
So anyway, I was sitting there thinking, okay, man, you paint this. It's a second paint job. It's kind of reddish maroon. It looked good just sitting there in the barn. I turned this motherfucker silver, put some black stripes on it. Turn it back to stock, put the other wheels back on, and then I started thinking to myself, just like you're saying, dude, I just want a driver.
Yeah.
And, dude, I've been married for 14 years. I ain't trying to pick up no...
Yeah.
I ain't even trying to look cool. It's the fact that I like driving around just in a car because I love them.
Yep.
And going back to your point while you're checking your emails.
No, I'm trying to turn this thing down so it don't ring like yours did.
I would like to light them up every now and then, at a stoplight or something like that. But I think he's putting that motor together, put them aluminum heads on it. I think things will roll out of there with maybe 350 horsepower. And that ain't shit when you think about it.
It's enough to peel them tires.
But, I mean, it's more than 245.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave them up like it is.
Yeah,
so
why not?
Are you happy that I got myself a car and at least come with something out of my pocketbook?
I am happy that you got a old car. Now, I'd be okay with you getting a new one. I'm like, that's cool, Steve. Yeah, all right. But when you get something old, then now you're talking to me. Because my kids got new cars. I don't own a new car. All my shit old because I like old shit. And you collect signs. I didn't know that. And just like I learned a whole lot about the porcelain signs from watching American Pickers. And I watch that show all the time, dude. Because I would like to do that once, I'm retired and don't do shit. I want to go around shopping for shit I like. Old shit.
Right.
So I like that show.
Man, I thought about it. I said, man, a new Corvette would be cool. All the new technology and shit like that. But I'm like, man, you just throwing your money down the goddamn drain. The car I got a lease. Turn that shit up. Turn it up when I get done leasing it and write it off for tax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then just a 74, man. If somebody opens the door and hits it, hey, man, it'd be better if they didn't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they do, I ain't going to cry.
Right.
But if I see it now, then that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, did you not see my shit right there when you open your door?
Yeah, man, it piss you off.
Dude, you're in LBC. How often does shit like that happen to you? Or back in the day when you was... Because I've heard your stories back in the day.
Yeah.
If somebody would open their doors up or just do some stupid shit, how were you with just handling life back in the day?
Steve, I had a anger problem
I've
because
heard.
The way I was raised, and once I got out of the house, I said I ain't taking shit from nobody. Cause my dad, whooped my ass for whatever the fuck he felt like whooping my ass for, and I said no, ain't no more. I ain't taking no more ass whoopings. I'm gone. I'm out the house, and that's the end of the ass whooping. So I went and just studied. Karate, taekwondo. I had an instructor in Germany. Woo, when he come at you, boy, it seemed like 3 months was coming at. And then I started fighting in the tournaments and shit when I got back to the States. And I always tease Billy Blanks whenever I see him. I said I was one fight away from fighting. And man, after I seen what he did to the guy who fought him, I was like, oh my God, I'm glad I didn't get to fight your ass. Billy damn near killed that guy. And this is point fight. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Was you in the services?
Yeah, I was in the Army, and from 77 to 80, I was in Germany.
I didn't know you was into the karate shit.
Oh yeah, Steve, I was a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
No shit.
Yeah, I wanted to know I study shit because, like I said, I ain't taking no more ass whoopings, and I want to know how to fuck somebody up. So that's what I was in class for.
Okay, so now that you studied martial arts from back in the day,
yeah,
what is your thoughts? Because Bruce Lee,
oh yeah,
legit baddest of all time. I mean, a little bitty dude, but I mean, your thoughts on Bruce Lee? Because I mean, he's an iconic legend.
Yes, and I love Bruce Lee. I wanted to be Bruce Lee when I was a kid. I'm sure like everybody else, but I can't say he's the greatest martial artist of all times because he didn't fight. And if I'm gonna give you the title of the greatest martial artist, just like Steven Seagal, people say, "Oh, we got in a big argument over Steven Seagal on Twitter." Me and the Twitter guys, because George Foreman challenged Steven Seagal to a fight. I mean, it was a ton of people who actually thought that Steven Seagal would beat George Foreman. I said, "Look, I know Steven Seagal is a good martial artist, but he ain't been in the ring getting busted upside his fucking head. And it's going to change everything." When you ask by George Foreman, he old, but George still hit. Yeah. I said, he will Steven Seagal up. And so we were going back and forth. No, Steven's a real fighter. And I said, show me a clip of him in the ring. Just show me one clip of Steven Seagal in the ring. And I like you pointed out, Judo Gene LaBelle came up at 58.
Right.
I'm like, George would destroy this guy.
So what about, have you ever got a chance in all your travels to come across Michael Jai White?
No, we only talked on social media. And he was really cool. He said, "Man, I'm going to try to get you a part in one of the movies." I'm like, "Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that shit."
But you never have met him.
No,
but
I never
met
him
dude,
in person.
yeah, I mean, it's interesting because he's a real interesting guy.
Mm-hmm.
Super smart.
Oh,
and street smart.
Wow.
I mean, he grew up on the street.
Okay.
And then, with all the skills and everything like that, it's always fun. I think I did 2 movies with him. I did low-budget movies.
Well, you know what? Hey, Steve's saying that, but your acting is pretty goddamn good.
We got to get your vision checked. But he's pretty damn bad. He's quick.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Jai is.
Yeah, and I'm sure, Bruce Lee is the same way. His form perfect, fast, power, all of that stuff. But I can't really say that anybody's the best fighter unless they actually fight other people.
Yeah, and make no mistake, I just wanted your general opinion of him because as a fighter, I never saw him fight either, but I saw him in some badass movies.
Yeah.
And he was great at making him noises.
Oh, yeah.
And he could make a face.
Oh,
and
man.
he had it down.
Yeah, no, and his you can tell that he's well-versed in the martial arts. I think he got 5 or 6 different black belts. And he definitely knows what he's doing. But I couldn't give him the title of the best fighter unless I seen him in real competition. I don't know if it was in real competition or not.
Man, here's the thing about it. As great of a martial artist as he was, had it not been off for all the facials and the sound effects, I don't know that he would have got himself over as big as he got himself over. It's almost like pro wrestling. First of all, he got skills, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
In a fight or on the streets, who knows?
Yeah.
But on camera, shit looks good. Just the animate the eyes and that damn noise he used to make. And after he kills somebody, make it high pitch.
Yeah.
Dude, if I could do that shit in real life, I'd just walk around people up. Just to entertain myself. Are you watching UFC?
Of course. I'm a gigantic UFC fan.
Did you catch that fight on FS1 the other day?
Yeah, of course.
God dang, holy smokes. Paige Van Zandt, you saw that when she broke her arm with that spinning back fist?
Yeah, man. But she finished the fight, which is what, she got some balls.
Oh, yeah, but I was just wondering, she was kind of like, it's always that jump kick or that silver kick.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, with all respect, man, she got to change that up a little bit. It's just kind of predictable. And that other girl, man, she just swarmed on her for those first 2 rounds.
She wasn't worried about none of that jumping stuff.
Man, she just had her wrapped up. And a couple of them holds was so up. I said, man, I can't believe this somebody ain't tapped out yet. But she's tough as nails.
She's tough.
But I was like, man, I didn't see where she broke her arm. I didn't see where she broke her arm. Then in slow-mo.
Yeah, they showed it. Yeah, right.
So I give her a lot of credit.
Oh, before finishing the fight,
The main event, though, with Doho
Choi.
Doho Choi and Jeremy Stevens.
Right.
And I was like, man, I hadn't heard of Duhoy, excuse me, the name. I hadn't heard of him before. But all of a sudden they started showing, man, he got that stiff right hand. And, of course, I knew who Jeremy Stevens was. But they're really building a guy from Korea.
Yeah. He was the favorite.
Yeah, he got a strong right hand here. And then all of a sudden, you tell me what you saw.
I thought that Choi did really well. And early on, he was piecing him up. But Jeremy Stevens is a tough son of a bitch. And you can't teach tough. You cannot teach tough. And that motherfucker took everything that Troy threw at him, and then he said, okay, it's my turn now, motherfucker. And when he finally landed clean, shit was over. The fight was over.
And, man, Duho was kind of staying out of range there in that first round and a half, and then, boom, all of a sudden Jeremy started finding his range, and all of a sudden you had that 6-inch circle right around his nose where it started getting red. Like, man, he's popping him now. And then, boy, dude, when he went down, I thought the referee stopped it just a frog's hair early.
I did too, because Choi is known for being able to take a good ass whooping and come back and win. So I thought he stopped it a hair early too, but Jeremy was so pumped till he could have really done some, real damn. He was hammer fisting his ass off.
But I tell you what, I love the aggressive nature of Jeremy Stevens, because when that dude first was coming out with kicks, and then Jeremy said, "Okay, well, you want to kick? We're going to kick."
Yeah.
And then, like I said, they started trading off, and then Jeremy found his range. Anyway, ends up winning the fight, TKO. My question to you as we wrap this thing up, I know you got shit to do. Your thoughts on the heavyweight fight coming up? I guess it's coming up next month with Stipe. Yeah. How do you think Stipe Miocic versus Ngannou?
I hope, Ngannou. I hope Ngannou don't hear it. Yeah, I hope he don't hear this shit. But
how do you think it's going down?
I got Stipe.
Yeah.
I got him because, Ngannou is a destroyer. He's looking like he could kill any for the hardest punch. And I know Joe Rogan, I hope you listen to this, Joe. I know Joe Rogan is really high on Ngannou. But, Joe, I'm telling you, we don't know what he gonna do when he get hit in the face. When the guy he hits don't just fall over and hit him back, then we'll really know if Ngannou's the real deal. And I think Stipe has been hit before. We know he can take it, and when he hit him back, then we'll see. Until then, we don't know.
I think Stipe, being the veteran champion that he is, I think he's okay, if you want to go out there and go ego, and trade with him, you can. I just don't think it's smart, because if you're just going to stand with him, if Ngannou hits you, it's devastating. That guy has so much power. God. It's unbelievable. That shot, I thought he took Alistair Overeem's head off.
I thought he was dead for a minute, Steve.
Oh, I did too, because he was all stiffened up for a long time.
Yep.
But see, if you remember back in the day when Alistair fought Stipe, he caught him with that shot, took him down, and guillotined him. Had it been anybody else with Stipe in that guillotine, and I'm a fan of Stipe, but had it been anybody else with that guillotine rather than Alistair, I think they would have won that fight, because he wouldn't have been able to get out of it.
Right.
But it was a miracle that he didn't have it cinched in deep enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not an MMA guy, but I'm a fan. But dude, that's got to be one of the most basic things that you should be able to secure on a guy. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. I think it's one of the basic things that they teach is a rear naked choke.
Yeah. So, but I think Stipe is gonna, if he wants to put on a show and trade, dude, I'm paying the money to see a fight anyway.
Yeah,
but I'd love to see those big muffins hit each other. But I think he stays out of his way, or maybe tries to hit him a couple times. Or cause we know Stipe can take a shot.
Yeah.
But we also know that he can be dropped.
Yeah.
We saw him drop.
That's true.
But I think because he comes from a wrestling background, sorry for spitting on you, he got to use the wrestling background. If he takes Ngannou down, then he neutralizes him, and that's where he initiates the ground and pound.
Yep.
That's how he wins the fight.
Well, and like I said, you can't teach tough. And
Correct.
I think Stipe is just tough. So I think when he get in trouble, he's going to be able to weather it, and I think he's going to win.
You can't teach stuff, but also, man, when someone hits that button, like the power that he has,
that's correct.
Then I don't know that you recover from that.
Yeah. So who you got, Steve?
I'm going to go Stipe.
Okay.
I'm going Stipe because I just think he's definitive. Dude, when you go in there with JDS,
Yep.
You go in there with Alistair Overeem, the defenses that he's had, and those are some wars.
Yeah.
So he's battle tested.
Exactly.
And I think, the only way that Ngannou is going to win this fight is by knockout.
Yep.
And so I don't think he's going to put himself in harm's way to give him a chance to knock him out. I think you neutralize him. You put this guy away as fast as you can because he's strong as an ox.
Yep.
I don't know what kind of punch he can take. I'm imagining he's got a pretty stout chin.
I hope so.
But I think you go with your wrestling background, and I don't know how to call the finish, but it's a Stipe decision or finish, and Stipe will win and retain.
Ground and pound. I'm calling it right now, ground and pound. He's going to get him on the ground, wrestle him down to the ground, and ground and pound him. And
there you go. So then maybe a TKO if a referee calls him off.
That's what I think.
Okay.
But what the f*** do I know?
I don't know shit either, but I always like talking about fighting. So it's probably the most untechnical conversation that's ever been. Guys in the UFC saying, what the f*** are they talking about? But it don't matter. I'm enjoying this shit. So I don't give a shit what you know. I know what I know. Hey, are you a football fan?
No, not really. I everybody asks me that, and I always say, not really. Well, who you got? And I'm like, I don't even know who's playing, man. It's always been fighting sports that I'm a big fan of. Boxing, MMA, anytime two guys in there fighting, pro wrestling. I've been a pro wrestling fan my whole fucking life. Freddie Blassie and the Sheik, Bobo Brazil, when them guys would come on TV, me and my brother would run to the TV and slide like we were still at home, man. And we slided, oh shit. And Judo Team LaBelle was the announcer back then.
Well, dude, and that was a good step because, that was coming out of probably Olympic Auditorium.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep. The Olympic Auditorium.
Before we ride off in the sunset, and I take it from the LBC back to the MDR, is ctfletcher.com. You got the
Patreon, Cameo book. Check it out.
And check it out. It's just really cool stuff. CT's telling you what he's going through. It's about as real as it gets. Told by one of the coolest guys I know.
Oh, man, thank you. That's a big-ass compliment from Stone Cold.
Hey, man, thanks for letting me come down here and hold this gym hostage for about an hour and a half and just shoot the breeze with you. It's always a pleasure, CT.
Always a pleasure, Steve. Thank you very much. And, again, thank you for calling me when ain't nobody else around. Say, hey, CT, how you doing? That means the world to me.
When I get my 74Z, I'm coming down to see you.
Come on down, give me a ride.
Can't get enough golf? Podcast One is the new home of Golflandia with Matthew Wiley. Every Monday, all season long. Tune in to hear Matt talk predictions, tournament recaps, and interview guests from in and around the world of PGA and Euro golf. He'll even talk business, branding, and family life because it all relates to golf. Download episodes of Golflandia every Monday exclusively on PodcastOne.com, the new Podcast One app, and Apple Podcasts.
All right, everybody, give me the go home cue. It's time to wrap up this podcast and ride off in the sunset. Before I do that, I want to thank my good buddy, CT Fletcher. If you've never checked out any of his motivational stuff on YouTube, I highly suggest you do. It will kick you in your ass and make you get back in the gym and lift heavier, harder, and more often than you ever have in your life. Check out his Defying Death series on his website, ctfletcher.com, and you can help him out by helping out. Anyway, CT ain't asking nobody for no sympathy, just like he said in the interview. It is what it is. Tough times, tough man, tough situation. Appreciate it, CT. It was good seeing you. I'm looking forward to driving my 74 Z28 down to the LBC and taking you for a ride. Hey, man. ProWrestlingTees.com/Steve Austin has all the shirts that I wore on previous seasons of the Broken Skull Challenge, and it's got all the shirts I'm wearing now. Check them out, ProWrestlingTees.com/Steve Austin. If you thirsty, I got a damn good IPA for you. Broken Skull IPA from El Segundo Brewing Company. Find it at Whole Foods and Total Wines if you live in Cali. If you don't live in Cali, check out InsideTheCellar.com and see if they ship to your state. If you're looking for a badass pocket knife, and I highly suggest that everybody have a badass pocket knife, check out the Cold Steel Broken Skull knife or the Cold Steel Working Man's knife at my new Amazon store. Amazon got the best price on both knives. Just go to Amazon.com/shop/Steve Austin. Hey, I want to say thank you one more time to all the fine sponsors of the Steve Austin Show. As I'm able to do this podcast for you twice a week for free. And you can find all my sponsors at PodcastOne.com. Just click on the Killer Deals button at the top of the page and then click on the Steve Austin Show banner. And speaking of Podcast One, the new Podcast One app is now available for download at the App Store or Google Play. Ain't another single podcast app like this one anywhere, and that's because the new Podcast One app is loaded with some cool-ass features that let you do a lot more than just listen to your favorite shows. You can access behind-the-scenes photos, articles, and connect with other fans of the shows you like. Watch over 1,000 360 virtual reality videos, and you can actually watch some of your favorite shows in virtual reality. It's like you're sitting right in the same room with them. So get to the App Store or Google Play and download the new Podcast One app now. Folks, if you want to follow me on social media, you can. On Twitter and Instagram, I am at Steve Austin, BSR. Folks, until next time, my name is Steve Austin, and I will catch your ass down the road.
Download new episodes of Steve Austin Unleashed every Thursday at PodcastOne.com. That's PodcastOne.com.